still remember it like it was yesterday. The CEO walked into the room and asked, "Ferris, do you have a minute?" My heart sank. I had heard rumors. He gave me the courtesy of knowing before everyone else by one day. And that was back in 2003 when I was a vice president at Syndio, a Silicon Valley startup that burned through $96 million and eventually collapsed. I was devastated. I had a young family to support. As I was leaving the building, I vividly remembered Dana, a dear colleague who said, "Ferris, this could be a blessing in disguise." But that was the last thing I wanted to hear. But she was so right. After months of desperate job hunting, I started selling website designs with a friend. Fast forward to 2019, that survival move turned into several businesses that brought in over $65 million in revenue, plus an 8-figure business that I sold to Dentsu. If you have been laid off recently, I am sincerely sorry. I know it can be difficult. It is difficult. I know the feeling of inadequacy and questioning your self-worth, but don't dwell on it too long. You may never find answers. Let me help you see this moment not as a setback, but as your greatest opportunity. You have a choice. You can polish that resume and throw yourself back into the job market, but there's no guarantee you won't be let go again. So instead, you can own the reins of your professional life and use the skills you have mastered to start your own business. At step 1, we will build a financial runway. Cut 20 to 50% or whatever you can from your monthly expenses. Trust me, there's always something you can cut. And use your severance pay or savings to give yourself a 3-month runway. This is your safety net while you get started. Step 2, package your services. So here's what you can do instead. However long you've worked before being let go, you likely developed skills, some niche knowledge. It could be workflow automation, HR compliance, financial planning, or anything in between. So we need to identify a real pain point your skill can address. Then validate it. Use my 10+5 rule. Talk to 10 potential clients and analyze 5 competitors. And nail your offer. Make it clear, compelling, and hard to say no to. Here's why you stand a chance. Over 70% of the US GDP is not produced by selling iPhones or Teslas, but by providing professional services and consulting. I speak with anywhere from 50 to 100 people from all walks of life every year who want to start a business, but they are too comfortable at their current job to live with the risks. They are drugged on employment, the comfy paycheck and benefits, and that false sense of safety and predictability. But I admit it, starting a business is not for everyone, but you can't expect big rewards without taking any risk. So half of the work is cut out for you. You don't need to leave your job. You have a lot of time on your hand. All you have to do now is to give this a shot. So for step 3, we'll jump into the belly of the beast. You'll make your first sale. Selling can feel intimidating. Trust me, I had 0 experience in sales when I started my first business. But you don't need a perfect pitch or a fancy website to start. Here's how I closed my very first deal. I went out to small businesses in my neighborhood and offered to design websites for them. I got rejected 10 times before landing my first client, but that first yes was very sweet. One of the sweetest moments in my professional life. And it led to $65 million and the rest is history. Just like they say, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And so the road to $1 million begins with a yes, no matter how small the deal may be. Your goal isn't perfection, it's momentum. Set a goal. 10 or 20 rejections, that's okay, but get that first client. Reach out to everyone you know, colleagues, friends, neighbors, and if they can't buy, ask them for referrals. And then price your service 20 to 30% below market to secure those very first few deals. If all this resonates with you, your action items again are: cut your expenses to build a financial runway, identify and package your service, find your first client within 3 months. Let me tell you, my friend, remember that the time you spend applying for jobs and interviewing is the same time you can put into giving your business a shot before you regret never trying. Your life as a founder, I can assure you, will be filled with the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. But one thing is certain, while the brave will not live forever, the cautious don't live at all. If you want to see how to get your first client step by step, click here.